Okay, now is recording the call, okay? You can start.
Okay. Okay. Hi, tutor and classmates. My topic is the history of Manchester City Football Club. Mm, okay. The Manchester City Football Club was created on November 23, 1808 by the name of Steve Marks. The final name, as we know, it's today took place in April 16, 1894. City today is considered one of the great football teams in England and Europe. However, this is somewhat interesting given that in the past citizens, Team Crew is not one of the leading teams in English football. Okay. Before being a recognition today, the club called Citizen boasted two distinctive names. Firstly, they were given the names STS Marks, the name which the history of the Manchester team began under that name. They who play for 7 years, changing their name to Andrick Association Football Club in 1887. Another 7 years will play under that title, becoming definitively Manchester City on April 16, 1894. The first stadium in the organization's history was High Road, followed with the main road, and finally the Etihad Stadium. Something curious that I want to tell you about my favorite soccer team, and I confess that it is also something that I like a lot, that its beginnings when they thought of creating the soccer team, the idea was from three peoples, members of a church called St. Marks. The three people talk of creating a team with many humanitarian purpose. Science in the area, people drank a lot the liquor and there were many gangs. So to change the way of thinking of the inhabitants, this wonderful soccer team called Manchester City is great. Okay. The first official trophy was the FA Cup in 1904. However, the team reached its great period of successful in the 1917 and early 1916 and early 1917, when it won the first division, FA Cup, League Cup, and European Cup Winners' Cup championship under the initial technical director of Joan Mercer and later Malcolm Allison. After losing the 1981 FA Cup final, the club went through a period of decline, culminating in relegation of the third tier of English football in 1998. Here, I would like to highlight the following before their arrival to Shaggy Mansour. Their teams was very unsustainable. They could not stay in the elite competition, or what's in commonly known as the Premier League, due the following factors. The players were the same and did not renew the squad. Several players indeed of injury during the season and could not continue with the next one because the recovery process was quite extensive. Sale of the best players without looking for the new ones who could replace the same place on the field. This led to Manchester City being relegated to several occasions. And after regaining this position in the Premier League in 2032, Abu Dhabi United Group for Development and Investment and Group, the United Arab Emirates, with Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan sorry, has the large shareholder to control of the club of around 2015 million euros. The first September 2038, taking over from the former Prime Minister Thailand Thaksin Sinatra until the owner of the entity. Since the arrival on the news owners, the club has now a total the 17 official titles, including 18 Premier League titles that the WIS has played in the UEFA Champions League final for the first 2021, where they lost 1-0 to Chelsea Football Club. They played the second UEFA Champions League final in 2023, where they defeated Inter de Milan 1-0 to winning their first title in the competition, an unprecedented sweep of the most domestic trophies in England and becoming the first English men's team to win domestic treble. In total, Manchester City has won 10 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 18 League Cups, 70 Community Shields, and European Cup, one Guinness Cup, and one Champions League, and one Europa Super Cup, and one World Cup. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Luis, for your presentation on this. So I see that two partners have question about it. So let's start with Joanna.
Okay, the truth is that it is a team with a lot history, and without a doubt, the intention to create the team was very good for the population. Um, so, um, do you think that the intention to help people persist over time or today?
Okay, thanks, Joanna, for very much for your questions. Manchester City has community called City in Community. Uh, Shortly was founded in 1986 and promotes a healthy living through the football in the Greater Manchester area. And Manchester City has also shown it is a commitment to the city of Manchester and its local community. For example, it has present a project to develop the Etihad Stadium, has year-round leisure and entertainment destination, consequently boosting the economic for the region of the city.
Okay, thank you so much, Luis, for that answer about the question of the partner Joanna. So let's continue with the question of Sonia.
Yes, Luis Fernando, do you think that Manchester City club will win another Champions League when this is a very close European competition?
Okay, thanks, Sonia, for your question. The truth is that yes, and Manchester City has made great investments in the purchase of the new players uh, who have much talent, and consequently, I believe that by having such skilled players, they will be able to win many Champions League. One, two, three, four, and 10 Champions League.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer about that. So now let's continue with the question of Jaylee.
Yeah, thank you, Luis. I have a questions. Do you think there is corruption in football? Since I understand that the team is currently being investigated for breaking certain rules.
Okay, Jaylin, thanks for your question. And yes, the truth is that soccer does not escape corruption. For example, they make illegal bets. Players from different teams are involved in this kind to beating. On the other hand, Manchester City Football Club is being investigated for breaching the rules of transfer or fair play financier, or buying players at the excessive price. The Premier League certain pulls limits on teams to carry out searches for the new players, but for now, nothing has been proved yet, and Manchester City so far is innocent.
Okay, thank you so much for that response about the question of Jaylene. So in this moment, we are gonna stop the recording here. Just let me just stop it. And Jaylene, please be ready with your presentation, okay? Let me just stop.